Hello everyone and welcome back to another very nice and a very instructive chess game from the World Blitz Chess Championship from 2022. And in this chess game we have Magnus Carlsen with the white pieces and his opponent is Rapport, the Hungarian chess grandmaster. So let's see what happened in this chess game. But before starting to this chess game, Happy New Year. I wish happiness and good health to you and to your family in the new year of 2023. Thank you very much for watching my channel, for following my channel. And with all being said, let's see what happened in this chess game. This is a highly notable chess game. So both players had 3 minutes in their clock. d4 by Carlsen, and we have the French defense and the Winawer variation, advanced variation, c5, a3, capturing, giving up the bishop, and damaging the pawn structure, developing the queen, and h4, knight to e7, h5, h6, knight to f3, b6, checking the king, developing the bishop, bishop goes back, gaining the space advantage, bishop goes back, and then bishop to a4, developing the bishop, knight to a6, queen up, castling from the queen side, and knight goes back. So relocating the knight by Carlsen, knight goes back, pushing the pawn, so castling manually, queen goes back, king to g2, and queen to g8, and targeting the c-pawn, and bishop to f3. So if moving the knight, let's say knight to e7, then knight takes on c4 is the possibility, because the d5 pawn is going to be pinned. So this is why king goes up, and queen to e2, rook over, rook up, knight to b5. So it seems like a very close position, as you can see. Developing in this position and opening this position is not so easy without sacrificing any piece. So Magnus Carlsen decided to sacrifice his knight. Knight takes on d5 by Magnus Carlsen. A brave move, a very brave shot by Carlsen. He takes on d5 and then pushing the pawn with check, king to b7, and then creating a very dangerous pass pawn. He takes on f7, queen down, and in this position Magnus Carlsen decided to play like Mikhail Tal, and he played rook to b4. Another chess game of Magnus Carlsen which Mikhail Tal would be proud. So sacrificing the rook and attacking the bishop. So what else? Knight takes on b4. If capturing on c2 with the bishop, then rook takes knight, so knight takes on b4. But in this position, Carlsen is checking the king and then capturing the knight, not with the pawn, so creating attacking opportunities with this move, attacking the bishop. So what else? Bishop takes on c2, but then pushing the pawn, a4, attacking the knight, defending, and Magnus Carlsen captured the knight. But Rapport goes back with the bishop. So let's see what happens if capturing the bishop. Actually capturing the bishop is fine, but then lifting the rook. Rook is coming, checking the king. And in a Blitz chess game, defending could be difficult. It could be tricky, but this is still winning for black. Black is better. Of course, computer chess engines doesn't agree moves like this. So bishop goes back, but then bishop also goes back, defending, and Rapport has the exchange, and this is winning. Bishop takes on f3, king takes on f3, and pushing the pawn doesn't work because of en passant. So Rapport has a better idea. He is winning the rook, checking the king, and then winning the rook. Is this losing for Carlsen? He is basically rook down, but no, he is not resigning immediately, checking the king, and then king goes up, and then he pushed the pawn, threatening a6. So rook over and then pushing the pawn, and as you can see the king is stuck, so defending could be tricky. What would you do in this position? Actually this is still losing for white, but white has a good move in this position. Black must be careful after that move. So Magnus Carlsen pushed the pawn and he promoted the queen. So this is a deflection move, and then queen in, and how to defend the checkmate threat. It seems like there is no sensible defense, because if defending with the rook, then queen to c6 check, rook down, capturing the rook, checkmate. So this seems like defending is pretty difficult. Can you see the best defensive move in this position for black? What would you do if you had the black pieces? So let me give you a couple of seconds. Did you see the move? Actually, there is a very good defensive move in this position. Richard Rapport picked his rook and he sacrificed on f4 and then checking the king. And king to h4, of course, white can never play king to f5 because of queen to h3 and then winning the queen. So king to h4, checking the king, and this is also winning for black. White is losing. Very good move, pushing the pawn, check, check, and then checking the king, and then exchanging the queens by force. H takes on g4, king takes on g4, and then b5. Also, black is creating a pass pawn, f5, b4. So, black has a pass pawn as well. White has two connected pass pawns, but now black is faster and black promoted the queen. Carlsen also promoted the queen, but now we have check, checking the king, and black has bunch of checks. King to h6, and in here, around here, I check out, of course, I'm analyzing these games with the help of chess engines, and the chess engine says black has, actually, in this position, black has minus 11 point advantage, and that means white needs to resign in this position. That's a huge advantage for black. But Rapport, for somehow, he couldn't finish off his opponent after king to g6. He played checking the king and then going back, and this was a blunder. But let's take it back to the critical moment of this chess game. I said black has minus 11 point advantage, and at move 63 after king to g6, the computer chess engine told me that actually black has forced checkmate in 8 moves, 8 to 7 moves or something. So can you see, actually Richard Rapport basically missed forced checkmate. The grandmaster, the super grandmaster missed the forced checkmate, but don't forget that this was a Blitz chess game and he only had few seconds in his clock, and he was also playing against Magnus Carlsen. And some players are some chess players are having some psychological disadvantage when they are playing with Magnus Carlsen, and that is maybe normal. So after king to g6, what would you do in this position instead of queen to e4? Did you see the best move? It's a very simple move. Of course, it is rook to c6, checking the king, and how to defend. The only move for the king, and then checking the king, and then winning the queen, and this is all over, and white is going to get checkmated. So, this is basically losing the queen. So, king to g6, and queen to e4, checking the king. And we have king to g5, and missing rook to c6, that would be checkmate. Shortly afterwards, he basically missed this, but he only had few seconds. So, okay, anyway, this is what happened in the real game. Queen goes back, queen to e8, and Magnus Carlsen played the winning move, and that is promoting the queen. G-pawn promoted to a queen. And if capturing the queen, basically black is getting checkmated just like this. There is no defense, so this is why checking the king, but queen goes back by Magnus Carlsen. This is both attacking the queen and also attacking the rook. Checking the king, but black is running out of checks. There is no more checks. Queen goes back and white has a winning move. What would you do in this position? It's a very simple move. That is queen up, and black resigned. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Richard Rapport simply missed the winning chance. He could have checkmated Magnus Carlsen, but he had only few seconds left in his clock, so he didn't see basically rook down, checking the king in that position. And he basically resigned here. So this was the critical moment of this chess game. Instead of this, this was winning. And this is going to be losing for white. Magnus Carlsen would probably resign after this move. Maybe after rook to c6, he would have resigned against his opponent, but instead we have this. queen goes back, and then promoting the queen, and this is actually losing now for black. Black is in serious trouble, and now black is running out of checks. And after queen to c6, queen goes up, queen from g to g8, and Rapport resigned. The possible continuation, capturing the queen, capturing one of the only defense, and then checkmate. So let's take it back. What happens if queen to c8 only for fun, then check, only move, and then checkmate. The queen is pinned, and this is getting checkmated. A very interesting chess game. And at the end of the game, after the game ended, Magnus Carlsen looked at the cameras and he made a facial expression that says, he did this actually, a facial expression that says, how on earth, how the hell did I win this chess game? Interesting, isn't it? A very interesting and fun chess game. I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game. I'm sure you already maybe seen this chess game, but I also wanted to commentate this chess game, as this is a fantastic chess game. I wanted this chess game to be in my channel. And what do you think? So I think Magnus Carlsen also has the psychological advantage against some players. Of course, it was a Blitz chess game, so when you have only a few seconds, it is so easy. It is so normal to miss some of the moves, but when we are talking about super chess grandmasters, maybe it is not. It is interesting, of course. They are extremely high-rated players, but maybe they are freaking out when they are playing with Magnus Carlsen, because Carlsen is the world chess champion, the strongest chess player in the world. So maybe that's why they are making some interesting blunders against Magnus Carlsen. Okay, so chess is also a psychological game, obviously. You need to have nerves of steel. Okay, I don't know what else to say about this chess game. It is very interesting, so I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time. Happy New Year once again. Once again, I wish health, good health, which is the most important thing in life. Then happiness. I wish happiness to you and to your family in the new year of 2023. Thank you again. Stay safe and bye-bye.